last night's game? What's your thoughts this morning?
I think they're very much the same as last night. Certainly proud of the results. Again, very tough fixture in a hostile environment, and the players have eventually got a very positive result, which adds to a very credible record in Europe. So the players deserve a lot of credit for that. I think you've seen two sides of Rangers last night. Watched the game back last night, and my thoughts haven't changed. Thought we were second best in the first 45. Didn't really recognise our identity, what we've been building for 18, 19 months here. So I was a bit disappointed in us at half time. Asked for a reaction from the players. Asked for them to go out and really show the real side of us, what we're about. And I thought we were excellent second half. Certainly a lot better than the first half. Besides probably the goal we've conceded, which was poor defending.
You've just seen enough so far to be confident of qualifying?
I think you've always got to be confident and have belief. I've always got belief in these players. I trust them. They've proved many a time, certainly in difficult situations, where they can stand up and grab a result. We're at home. I'm sure the stadium will be lively and loud in our favour, which is a big advantage. And we've obviously got two results, two outcomes that suit us, so we're certainly in a strong position, and a position we would have took when the draw was made.
Going into a busy December, the games against Celtic, that European game, to what extent do you see December as a season-defining month for Rangers?
Yeah, I've answered this question last week. I'm aware that there's a lot of games, a lot of big tests, a lot of big challenges that we're going to have to face, but for me I very much see it as an exciting challenge, and one that we need to embrace and really look forward to. But for me the focus has to be on Hearts. I'm aware there's a cup final next week, and there's a make or break game against Young Boys, and we have to go to Celtic Park. All fantastic fixtures. I get it, and I understand that you've won headlines towards them fixtures, but you'll have to be patient, and I'll give you the headlines in due course. But for me it's very much to focus on Hearts.
For you, is it dangerous to look at the month as a whole when you think you've got this game, that game?
It's not dangerous, it's just stupid. It's just stupid because we can't really control anything to do with them games where we sit right now. All we can do is prepare and be ready for Hearts. I think it'd be very disrespectful to Hearts and Austin for me now to be talking to James about Aberdeen, for example, or Celtic. After that, I think it'd be very disrespectful to Hearts, and Hearts took 2 points away from us not so long ago, so I think it'd be very silly if we forget about the challenge that's in front of us.
Although you are taking it a game at a time, is it an exciting period for you?
I think it's got to be. I think that's what we all sign up for. That's what being part of Rangers is all about. I'm loving it. Last night was a fantastic fixture. Just turning up like a stadium like that, you can feel the size of the challenge and the task in hand, and I'm sure James will back me up. I'm sure he really enjoyed playing in that last night, certainly the second half. But no, listen, this is what you've got to love this. If you don't love this, something's wrong. Something's badly wrong.
As a manager, do you enjoy that challenge of going between all the different competitions when you come thick and fast like that?
You try to enjoy it, but there's a big difference from being a player. I think when you're a player, when the game finishes, you can relax and you can reflect on the result and how it's gone. If you played well, is the result a positive one, you can enjoy it. You can go back to your family and you can switch off for a certain time. But as a manager, you've just got to get right on to the next one. On the playing last night, it's a positive result against Feyenoord, but it has to be parked very, very quickly because the preparation needs to start for Hearts, because we haven't got much time. We haven't got much training time in terms of being on the pitch, and obviously all the other preparation that needs to go into it as well. It hasn't much time, so that's the way it is.
Sorry, where do you think Hearts are at the moment, given being out with that manager for a month? A bit into that turmoil, it seems, certainly from the outside.
I wouldn't say turmoil. I think that's a bit strong. I think they obviously had a positive result after the semi-final loss to us, where they beat St Mirren very comfortable, scored 5 goals, looked really dangerous. I think obviously they've got some bodies back in terms of injuries. And then last week, I actually fancied them to go and get a result at Killie, and then it was a bit of a shock to us looking in from the outside, but that's obviously their business. I'd say the form's very mixed. I wouldn't say they're in turmoil, but I don't know. I'm not on the inside. But they've certainly got players that on the day are capable of hurting teams. You know, your Naismith, your Rick Piezus, Jamie Walker's back in the picture. Mulroney, they have got exciting players that if we're not at it, they can cause us problems. So for me, the focus has got to be that we're right and we're ready.
Can I ask you about, just take back a couple of days to something that the chairman mentioned at the AGM on Tuesday. He said that in his view there needed to be an end to ad hoc spending. Now I know you'll be thinking ahead to January, of course. Do you read that as a sign that your budget might be restricted if you were to want to bring anyone in January?
I think my budget's always been restricted here. That's the way it is, but budgets are restricted at most football clubs. That's the way it is, that's life. No, I think we're on the same page with the chairman and the board in terms of where the squad's at, where we feel we need to improve and strengthen, and when we feel we need to do that. I've said it before and I'll say it again, I don't think there'll be much change in terms of incomings in January. But we do need to shave the squad and make it a bit tighter and smaller. We believe that'll help us. But if the right person came available that I felt was key and very important, I wouldn't be afraid to put it to the board, that's for sure.
He seems to suggest that the one area he felt that this club was perhaps, compared to Celtic, still behind was the buying and selling of players. Ultimately, do you see that as inevitable at Rangers, that if players do play well and develop, that they will move on for big money, such as they have done across the city?
That'll depend on the board, that'll depend on what offers hit the table, the volume of the offers. I'm not naive enough to think that I'm never going to be in a position where one of my players is sold. I'm aware of that and I'll deal with it as and when it comes. But we also need to continue to try and keep our best players. What this club's been through of late, it's important that we keep our best players if we want success back. So you have to be careful as well.
Stephen, you're unbeaten in nearly 2 months now, on track in all competitions. Did you expect to be doing this well at this point in the season?
I expected more consistency and more hunger. I expected us to get better results because I believe we made the squad and the team stronger in the summer. I expected our disciplinary to be better, which helps in terms of results. And I think now we've got players that understand the professionalism that's required at this club and the standards, so I think we have got more of a robust team. We're not getting as many injuries as last year, so a combination of things gives me confidence that we were going to improve the results. But yeah, we're on a good run, but that's all it is. It's a good run. We need to continue it. We need to keep pushing and make sure we're ready for Hearts and take each game as it comes and keep churning results out. That's the plan.
You said lack of injuries. Everyone okay for the weekend?
Jermaine Defoe's still a doubt just because we haven't seen him today. He'll be assessed right now. It's not a big problem. I'm confident he'll be available for the weekend. We've got a couple of people that are tight from last night in terms of muscles that we'll assess again. But there's no major problems from last night, so fingers crossed we should be fully fit across the board.
James, I don't know if you're aware, but Alfredo broke a couple of European records last night. How does it feel being part of a team where you know you've got a guy up top who can pull you out the hole?
No, it's been fantastic for us this season. You know, he's responded really well since last season, you know, where the red cards obviously hindered him with his performances, and obviously, you know, he could have played a lot more games for us, but he's been fantastic for us from day one. You know, he's got his head down and works really hard for us, and you know, the benefits are showing. You know, we just need to keep on supplying him the ball, and you know, he's always in the right place at the right time.
Stephen, was there a point that you thought, right, he's changed?
Listen, I think Alfredo just needs to keep doing what he's doing. I think he's realised over the summer maybe, and even the back end of last year, that the only people that he's hurting is his own people by, you know, his disciplinary record. So I think he's done a lot of self-reflection on himself, and you know, if he wants to be a top international player, which he's more than capable of being, he knows he has to behave better. He knows he has to be more consistent in his performances, and the goals will naturally come because he's some talent. But I think it's probably been a combination of people giving them the right advice around them, which has helped them. But credit to him, he's the one who's behaving and performing in the right way at the moment, and long may it continue, because he can go on and break many more records if he continues to do that.
How much personal satisfaction do you take though? Because I remember we asked you last season, you said, well, I'm trying everything with him when he had that period.
Look, I think across the board we changed certain things in the code of conduct. We sat the players down collectively and individually. We've had many chats about the importance of being available and disciplined and representing the club in the right way on the pitch and off the pitch. It's not about taking personal credit for that. It's just about doing the right things for the club. I think Alfredo's the one who should be getting all the plaudits for it, because he's the one who's actually going out and performing and behaving in the right way.
And you're talking about breaking more records. Is he kind of thriving that sort of stuff?
I'm not sure. I've never had a chat with him in terms of, like, you know, do you set yourself a goal target, or do you... I'm not even sure whether he would have been aware of them European records. Alfredo's very much a person who just... I don't know, how do you describe him? He's a difficult one to work out, but what you can say and you can't take away from him, he absolutely loves playing football. You can't get him in off the training pitch, and he hates getting rested, he hates getting offloaded, he hates coming off the pitch. You've seen it all before, and that gives me confidence that he's going to continue to be a top player for many years. If you love the game the way he does, it wouldn't surprise me if he goes on, becomes a regular for Colombia and continues to get international goals and scores many goals here or wherever else he goes.
And in the overall picture, as if you needed anywhere incentive, but if you top the group, I believe the second leg in the knockout stages would be at Ibrox. That's added incentive for you, isn't it? That'd be fantastic, yeah. But one challenge at a time. Let's deal with the couple of league games and the cup final beforehand, and then we'll make sure that the players are well prepared and ready to go. But it's a fantastic night and fantastic opportunity for James to go and lead his team into the last 32. It'd be a fantastic achievement over the course of, it'd probably be 20 months. There'll be some turnaround. What would that mean for you, given the ups and downs you've had?
Probably, you know, it'd be fantastic. Obviously, the transitions that we've made over the months since the gaffers came in, it's been night and day, and so obviously if we can get to 32, and it'll be obviously a proud moment for myself and obviously for the team.
Stephen, you were speaking very warmly about the chairman on Wednesday, and when you look at what's happened down south, with Emery losing his job today, Pochettino losing his job last week, you feel even more glad that you've got the backing of your board, and they've put so much trust in you since you came here.
They have put trust in me, and they've given me real big support and been behind me all the way. But this is the world we're in, the brutal reality of management. It's a results business. I'm aware of that, and you never ever want to see managers lose the job. I think it's always sad to see it, certainly from the outside. But it is what it is. That's just the world we're in. But we choose to go into it. So I suppose we've got ourselves to blame, really, haven't we?